Good Tuesday evening and Merry Christmas Eve. Welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. Let's just take a look at a beautiful blue sky that we haven't seen in about a week or two. We've had that low-level inversion, lots of clouds. We started off the day today with a lot of foggy conditions around north central Washington, but this is what it looked like early and mid-afternoon today. Lots of beautiful sunshine. Folks all over town trying to get that last-minute shopping done. And let's take a look at how the weather will shape up from today as we make our way through the week. Today, as we mentioned, we did see a little bit of fog this morning and then sunshine this afternoon. Nice mild temperatures too today. For Christmas Day, once again, some morning fog. Maybe some flurries. It will be very, very isolated around north central Washington. High temperatures tomorrow and Christmas Day. Back down and more into the mid 30s. It says high 30s. I think that'll be more for eastern Washington. And then Thursday through the weekend, morning fog, partly to mostly cloudy skies in the afternoons. A chance for some snow Saturday and Sunday with high temperatures then in the lower to mid 30s. We'll have a complete look at our chances for a white Christmas tomorrow and more coming up in your weather forecast later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An OMAC couple convicted last year of defrauding an elderly dementia patient will get a new trial. Uncertainty over Initiative 976, the $30 card tab measure passed by voters in November, led the State Department of Licensing to delay sending December renewal notices by 5 to 6 weeks. And dropping a glass in your curbside bin is a no-no in Leavenworth, but a local nonprofit group aims to find new uses for old bottles. But first, we begin tonight. A one-vehicle rollover accident south of Oroville has claimed the life of a 9-year-old girl. That happened yesterday afternoon. The Washington State Patrol reports that a car being driven by 19-year-old Rebecca Schatzel of Oroville was traveling northbound on US 97 near milepost 330 shortly after 1:30 Monday afternoon when the car failed to negotiate a curve, struck a ditch, and rolled over. Schatzel and her passenger, 9-year-old Sarah Schatzel, were transported to North Valley Hospital in Tonasket, where Sarah Schatzel was pronounced dead. Both were wearing seat belts. Authorities believe neither drugs nor alcohol were a factor. An OMAC couple convicted last year of defrauding an elderly dementia patient will get a new trial. Kenneth and Teresa Knapp were convicted of first-degree theft from Kenneth's mother after they cut off her contact with other family members and allegedly drained her assets for their own use. But Okanogan County prosecutors used bank records for evidence without calling a bank custodian to testify to their authenticity. That's required by state law. The Court of Appeals on Tuesday said the case now must be retried in Okanogan County Court. Kenneth Knapp was originally sentenced to 6 months in jail. Teresa served 45 days. Well, uncertainty over Initiative 976, the $30 card tab measure passed by voters in November, led the State Department of Licensing to delay sending December renewal notices by 5 to 6 weeks. That means many of the more than 500,000 notices statewide won't arrive until after the tabs have actually expired. Normally, December notices are sent in early November, but at that point, DOL wasn't sure about the fate of I-976 and didn't want this to send notices out with the incorrect, amount owed. The measure was to go into effect on December 5th, but on December 3rd, the state Supreme Court put I-976 on hold while challenges to its legality worked their way through the court system. The state says notices for January renewals were sent out on time. The Seattle Times quoted a state patrol official as saying troopers have been advised to use discretion with motorists who have tabs that expired in December. Well, dropping glass in your curbside bin is a no-no in Leavenworth, but a local nonprofit group aims to find new uses for old bottles. NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins explains.
It's been months since Leavenworth residents could drop a glass bottle in their recycling bin without fear. Wenatchee Valley customers aren't affected, but back in spring, Waste Management phased out curbside glass recycling in Leavenworth. in part because there's no reliable market for it.
This is an effort from Waste Management on a larger scheme for all of Eastern Washington to cut back on that contamination. And so it goes city by city and county by county when the contracts are up, in order for the city to say, we acknowledge the guidelines and we will remove glass from our recycling.
There's no service that turns old glass into new glass anywhere in Central or Eastern Washington, and it tends to contaminate other recyclable materials like cardboard and paper.
And with a community that has numerous tasting rooms and numerous restaurants, seeing glass go into the landfill was a little heartbreaking. Even though it's an inert material, it takes up a lot of volume and it takes up a lot of weight.
Ariana Jones's nonprofit association, Waste Loop, wants to divert that glass out of the Leavenworth waste stream. The group acquired a glass crusher donated by Sleeping Lady Mountain Resort and started a pilot program with bottlers Eagle Creek Winery and Honey June Kombucha to turn their disused bottles into cullet, a sand and pebble material that used to be beverage bottles.
You can utilize it as fill. Some communities have partnered with the DOT, so the Department of Transportation, to utilize it along roadways. So it can be really utilized in any place that sand and gravel is.
To follow up, Waste Loop has hosted a series of local glass drop-offs where Leavenworth residents could bring their own glass in for crushing. Now they're looking for places where the cullet can be put to good use.
We're trying to give the call out for the community as well, for entrepreneurs and other businesses to find beneficial reuse for it.
You can contact Waste Loop on Facebook or at wasteloop.org. Jefferson Robbins, NCWLIFE.
Thank you, Jefferson. Coming up next, Link Transit has some new and better tools to help bus riders get around. Wenatchee's YMCA announced this week it's opened a new teen-only center with games, equipment, dedicated staff, and activities planned weekly. And Stamilk Growers, the region's largest fruit company, played Santa this past weekend to scores of children in foster care and low-income households. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Some jobs take more than skill. They require something deeper, an innate devotion to the communities in which we live. At Gisa Credit Union, we help you support law enforcement, firefighters, teachers, and veterans. With every purchase you make with a Gisa Local Heroes Affinity debit card, we make a donation to select organizations. After all, we can never repay them, but we can do our best to help a little with the Gisa Local Heroes Affinity debit card.
When it comes to our community, you can count on Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram to be invested. From supporting community college scholarships through a concert series or participating in a local high school homecoming event, Town Chrysler has always put the community first. Buying local supports the jobs and programs you care about most. When it comes time to buy your next new or used car, SUV, or truck, remember, there's no reason to leave town.
Welcome back. In another news, Link Transit has some new and better tools to help bus riders get around. The Wenatchee Valley Mass Transit Agency says smartphone users can now grab the MyStop mobile app to plan their trip, locate their bus, and even figure out how long it'll take for the service to arrive. Link also plans to use the information gathered through the app and its GPS system to help make routing and scheduling decisions in the future. Wenatchee's YMCA announced this week it's opened a new teen-only center with games, equipment, dedicated staff, and activities planned weekly. The new hangout spot at 217 Orondo Avenue is open 3:30 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. Admission is free to all teens. No Y membership is required. Stamilk Growers, the region's largest fruit company, played Santa this past weekend to scores of children in foster care and low-income households. Stamilk and its employees partnered with Hanson Fruit to provide gifts to 170 kids in the Wenatchee Valley and Yakima communities. The toys and gifts filled Stamilk's large conference room, as you can see here, until they could be distributed. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
At some point, we realized that value and practicality go hand in hand. A time when an unnoticed accumulation of items has become burdensome. These possessions still have value, but now lack usefulness. Donate your unwanted items to Goodwill and become a job creator. Your donations allow Goodwill to provide much-needed training to job seekers in our community, and that's pretty useful for everyone. Be a job creator. Donate. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Travel enhances your life in every way. Let the travel professionals at Journey Travel and Tours help you plan that dream vacation. Don't leave the important details to those nameless, faceless online agencies. At Journey Travel and Tours, our goal is to build relationships that last a lifetime. And when you do need help, we have a 24-hour helpline that is routed to one of the agents in our office. When you think travel, think Journey Travel and Tours. It's where your journey begins. Like us on Facebook, and you could be one of our monthly winners.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's features story, for the past 4 years, customers of Firehouse Pet Shop have purchased toys and treats for the cats and dogs at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society during the holiday season. Today, Firehouse Pet Shop delivered the treats to the animals. Take a look.
Firehouse is very kind, and from Thanksgiving until Christmas Eve has customers buy bags for either dogs or cats. So $3 for cats, $5 for dogs, and then Alan and his crew, and typically Santa, but I heard Santa's just resting for tonight, right?
Yep.
Come by and drop them off to all the shelter animals. How many did you raise this year?
Well, between Wenatchee Valley Humane Society and Okanagan Dog Rescue, we did over 300 bags. Our customers help provide them, and we couldn't be happier. This is like the coolest part of Christmas for us.
We love this. This is my favorite day of the year, honestly, when we get to come down and do this. So thank you so much for all your support. We love our friends down at Firehouse.
We've got toys and cups.
So every dog got a delicious holiday meal and a fun holiday toy, and then a dental treat.
Perfect way. They make sure they're taking care of their teeth after they get all those goodies.
Rubber.
Thanks what again, Alan. Awesome.
Rubber bone.
Rubber bone. You guys want to go deliver these?
Yeah.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast on this Christmas Eve. Can you believe it's Christmas Eve already? This year just flew by, didn't it? But it wasn't a bad day today if you had the chance to get outside, maybe do some last-minute shopping out there. This was the shot this afternoon, and all kinds of bright, beautiful sunshine today. We haven't seen that in a while, so it was nice to see that blue sky out there. This shot, of course, from Wenatchee Heights in our cross camera. Thanks to Sky-Fi for providing just this fantastic shot. But one thing you'll notice, here we are Christmas Eve. Where's the white? No snow for around the Wenatchee Valley. It's very little snow for the valley areas. We'll talk more about our chances of maybe seeing some snow in a second. But high temperature today was on the warm side. 38 unofficially. 31 is where we should be for normal highs this time of year. 30 is where we started our day, and that's about 8 degrees above 22, which is our normal low temperature for this time of year. 48, a record high back in 2014. Record low, 1 below in 1983. We're still at 7 inches of moisture since January 1st. That's about 65/100ths of an inch behind where we should be for this time of year. Sunrise this morning, 7:47, and the sun set this afternoon at 4:15. We are gaining daylight now. Let's take a look at how our Christmas Day shapes up around North Central Washington, and it'll be a lot like today, except a little bit cooler for most of us. Moses Lake, 36, a little bit cooler, mid-30s for Ephrata and Quincy, and then quite a bit cooler as we move farther west. Wenatchee, Cashmere, Entiat, and Chelan. All of us will see about 31 degrees for our Christmas Day high temperature, and the same goes for Omak, high for Christmas at 31 degrees. Surface loop now. Let's take a look at how things look tonight. Patchy fog, otherwise we'll see mostly cloudy skies tonight, and these little areas in pink, that's where we'll see the fog develop. So if you're traveling on the I-90 or Highway 2 corridors for your travels today or tomorrow, you may run into a little bit of patchy fog, and that's the way we'll start our Christmas Day too, with a little bit of fog in the morning, mostly cloudy skies. Will we see some isolated flurries? There's a little band of snow showers right here. We may see a flake or two flying around for Christmas Day, but that's about it. Certainly not enough to provide a white Christmas for it, but still it'd be nice to have kind of that snow globe effect tomorrow. Thursday, mostly sunny skies. It will be calm and pretty nice for our Thursday. Friday, nice and mild with partly cloudy skies. You can see just a few clouds around, but right here, those are 40-degree temperatures, and we will flirt with that as we move into the end of the week. Warmer for the folks down in the Tri-Cities area, and then as we get into the weekend, things change once again. A week's weather system just off the coast, spinning off the coast, will move some moisture into our area, so about a 20% chance for snow. That'll be late in the day on Saturday. Also a chance for snow as we get into our Sunday. Most of it will move off to the east, and a little bit will stay in the Cascades, but we will see a 20% chance of maybe a rain-snow mix on Sunday. And then as we get into our next work week on Monday, the final Monday of 2019, partly cloudy skies and mild. We will see temperatures once again. You can see the greens, very nice, into the mid and upper 30s. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast. 23 the overnight low for tonight. And here's your Christmas forecast. Look at Santa. He's getting with it. AM fog, some mostly cloudy skies. 31 our high temperature. 29 is all, though, for Thursday, mostly sunny, and then a little bit warmer for Friday at 33, and we'll stay pretty much in the mid-30s, but this weekend, a 20% chance for showers, and by Monday, partly cloudy with a high then of 36. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
It's a marvelous markdown at Sangster Buick GMC.
Hi, Corey Sangster, and we're ending the year with a bang. Take advantage of below market pricing on our entire used vehicle inventory. We've stocked up on a great selection of all and four-wheel drives just in time for winter. Virtually every make and model, all price point, and $49 down delivers. Pick a vehicle, pick a payment, and drive away with $49 down. Before you buy, compare price, service, and selection.
December is a marvelous markdown at Sangster Buick GMC or sangstermotors.com.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, you know, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging and adult care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
Come find your holiday gifts at Antique Mall at Cashmere this holiday season. With 15,000 square feet to explore, Antique Mall at Cashmere has something for everyone, from coin enthusiasts to avid collectors. For do-it-yourselfers, this is the place to find your next repurposing project. What a great way to make your holiday gifts for someone special, using your keen eye to make something old and new again. Discover your next holiday gift in the Antique Mall at Cashmere. Stop on by today.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Tuesday and a happy Christmas Eve for many Seahawks fans. An early Christmas present arrived yesterday and a beast mode bow. Marshawn Lynch has signed to play the rest of the season in Seattle. Lynch was an unrestricted free agent after retiring from the Oakland Raiders last year. He never submitted his retirement paperwork, though, with the NFL. Now, in addition, Seattle signed former Seahawk running back Robert Turbin, who last played in Indianapolis in 2018. The two signings became necessary when Seattle lost both Chris Carson and C.J. Prosise to season-ending injuries Sunday. Now, Lynch made a visit to Seattle's training facility last month following the season-ending knee injury to running back Rashad Penny. He reportedly told Coach Pete Carroll then he'd be working out and ready to go if they needed him for a playoff run. If nothing else, the signing of Beast Mode has fired up a nervous fan base about Seattle's battle for the NFC West title with San Francisco on Sunday. The game will kick off at CenturyLink Field beginning at 5:20 on NBC. Now, Green Bay came from behind to beat Minnesota last night on the final Monday Night Football game of the season, 23-10 the final. So here's what the NFC playoff picture looks like right now. If it were to end today, which obviously it won't, San Francisco would be the number 1 seed, followed by Green Bay, New Orleans, and the Eagles. Seattle would be number 5, the Vikings number 6. Now, Dallas, that is, still has a shot at winning the NFC East. Now, here are the scenarios for the Seahawks heading into the final week of the season. Believe it or not, Seattle could still leapfrog into the number 1 seed if they beat the 49ers and both the Packers and Saints lose. Of course, that would be the preferred route since Seattle would get a bye and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. If Seattle wins, the Packers lose, and the Saints win, the Seahawks would get the number 2 seed in the NFC, which means a first-round bye and a home playoff game in a couple of weeks. If Seattle, Green Bay, and New Orleans all win, the Seahawks would be the number 3 seed, which means a first-round home playoff game against the Vikings. If Seattle loses to San Francisco on Sunday, they'd be the number 5 seed, which would mean a first-round playoff road game against either Philadelphia or Dallas. Well, believe it or not, we're 9 college football bowl games in, and there are 30 to go. One of them today, coming up right now, as a matter of fact, on ESPN, featuring Hawaii and BYU in the Sophie Hawaii Bowl. The 2 on the day after Christmas, featuring Louisiana Tech and Miami in Walk-On's Independence Bowl at 1 o'clock on ESPN. That's followed by the Quick Lane Bowl with Pittsburgh and Eastern Michigan at 5 o'clock. Then there are 5 bowl games coming up on Friday, starting at 9 o'clock in the morning and ending about 10 o'clock Friday night. Last game of interest, of course, is one that we'll be watching, featuring Washington State in the Cheez-It Bowl against Air Force. That kicks off at 7:15 on ESPN. Now, coming up this week on the NCWLIFE sports broadcast schedule, it begins tonight with wrestling on our Christmas Eve. That's coming from January 22nd as Eastmont hosts Wenatchee. Thursday night is hockey night featuring the Wild and Salmon Arm from a game they played at the Town Toyota Center back on December 13th. Friday is back to basketball as the Wenatchee boys host Davis from a game last February at Wenatchee High School. Then on Saturday, we'll bring you last Wednesday's bowling match between Wenatchee and Eastmont from Eastmont Lanes. That'll start Saturday at 1 o'clock. We'll cap off Saturday with a 7 o'clock evening game between Wenatchee and Eastmont. That was from back in January when they played at the Town Toyota Center. So there you go. That's a look at what's coming up. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas to you and yours, from me and my wife and our family to yours. Grant, I hope it's a Merry Christmas for you too. Back to you.
Thank you, Eric, and Merry Christmas to you. Finally, on this Christmas Eve, NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz went to Pybus Public Market this morning to talk with last-minute Christmas shoppers. Well, at least that was the idea.
'Twas the day before Christmas, and all through the market, everybody was stirring because they waited until the last minute to get their Christmas shopping done. So when Cal asked me to come down and do a little man in the street, talk to folks here at the Pybus Public Market, I said, why not? So I dragged Uriah along with me, and we're gonna visit with some people on this Christmas Eve and find out why they waited so darn long to do their Christmas shopping. Let's go take a look. Well, it's good to see Steve Robinson, the former guy who used to run this place. And it's still here.
I love that. Steve Robinson, the former, used to run this place. That's pretty good.
Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you, and thanks for all your support over the years. It's been great.
By the way, we're supposed to be doing a feature on people who are doing their last-second Christmas shopping. Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just having fun.
Good for you. Good for you. Say hi to the family for me.
Right,
and stay off the bike.
All right, I will.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, how are you? Doing some last-second Christmas shopping? Last-second Christmas shopping?
No, I'm just with my kids.
Are you familiar with the NCWLIFE channel, our local TV station?
No.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we got news and sports, and I do a show. And
Oh, yeah. Am I going to be on that?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh.
You're attractive enough to be on TV, because they don't have the good-looking people on TV, you know.
Thank you, thank you. That makes my day. You know, that just tops it off right there.
Well, Merry Christmas to you, and enjoy.
Same to you, sir.
Just say hi.
Just say hi to Santa Claus. He'll get this.
Hi. They say hi.
Hi.
There you
There we go.
go.
It's good to see you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Take care. How are you? Doing some last-second. Hi, good to see you. Are you doing some last-second Christmas shopping?
Our kids from Colorado are here, and they're shopping for their mama.
Oh, okay. So you're just kind of killing time.
I am.
Are you done with your Christmas shopping?
I am.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a happy holiday.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you.
Thanks for visiting with us.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. Well, in conclusion, as we went back and forth here at the Pybus Public Market, we have come to the conclusion that the vast majority of the people who we talked to have already done their Christmas shopping. No procrastination here, but we also had a chance to meet some really cool people, met some folks I've known for a long time, and met some new friends as well. It's where a community meets. We love the Pybus Public Market. On behalf of all of our viewers at the NCWLIFE channel, have a very Merry Christmas, and thanks for shopping early. We appreciate it. You want to say Merry Christmas to our viewers?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
There you go.
Thank you, Dan. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz, Santa Claus, for a look at what's coming up on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley Thursday morning. Santa?
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas, Grant, to you and the Olson family. I am Dan Kuntz, of course. We'll be taking Christmas Day off, but Thursday morning, the 26th, we'll be right back at it for another edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And Grant, a special reminder while you're sleeping tonight and I'm making my rounds, I'll be visiting the Olson house, and yes, I have some coal for your stocking. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas from the whole crew at Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Thank you, Santa. I've gotten worse. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a very Merry Christmas Eve.
NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and Other Stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCWLIFE, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.
I'm Jim Corcoran.
And I'm Ken Osborne.
And you're watching the NCWLIFE